everybody. Thank you again for tuning into another episode of Southborough Wellness Celebrates Southborough Women. Once again, I have two amazing women here with me today, and they're doing wonderful things for our community. So I'm not going to say much because I'm going to let them do the talking, but let me just take a minute to introduce Barb Jandrue and Marj Coldwell. I got that right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Good for you.
So talk to us a little bit about what you're doing in town.
Well, we try to serve as many people as we can. A lot of people don't come because they're embarrassed or they may be illegal and afraid to step forward, or just because they're foreign and they haven't learned about us. A lot of people haven't.
Okay.
A lot of people learn about us through the senior center and the youth and family.
And this is Southborough Food Pantry.
Right.
Yep.
Right, and so we get in through the churches and the schools.
Okay.
School nurses will suggest to the families that, what's available and all that.
What only you need to be a member is a member of one of the churches in town, because we are sponsored by the United Parishes of Southborough, or a resident of town. And if you're a member of the church and from out of town, all we need is the pastor's signature saying that you're eligible.
Okay, so that's for somebody that would have use for the services.
Right.
Yes.
You need to be either a member of town or a member of one of the churches.
That's
Right.
it. Yes.
Okay, and then what churches sponsor you?
It's the Pilgrim where the pantry is
You're
located.
located at the Pilgrim Church.
Right.
Right, but then there's other churches that.
Right, St. Mark's, St. Anne's, St. Matthew's, and the First Community.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah,
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
and so we try to take care of all their needs. If they have special needs, we go out and shop for them. We give gift cards for things that we don't have, like prescriptions, and we try to help people that are going through illnesses and stuff, and so we'll actually give them a gift card for gas to get to a hospital.
That's wonderful.
We help with their fuel assistance if they're needy. So we do quite a bit, and we have a ton of help. The Boy Scout drive is our biggest drive.
Yeah, and that's coming up, right?
Right, and then the post office drive. And then from the churches, we get a lot of other things, like the backpacks come from St. Mark's. St. Anne's has a giving tree. St. Matthew's does a Super Bowl of caring. The Pilgrim lets us use their space, and they pay for our lights and all that stuff. And they're very accommodating. We have a stage that we can use for storage, and they're wonderful there.
That's great.
So then we have a lot of people that help us, a lot of companies. We have Smiling Kids who does birthday gifts for kids. We have Cumberland Farms who donates bread and rolls and donuts every week.
Okay.
And then
wow.
BJ's corporate, they give us what the vendors bring in. They do that every 3 weeks. I have a list here. Loving Spoonfuls, they get food from the stores that they're not going to use, and they bring it in every Tuesday. And it's a lot of produce and sometimes meat and all kinds of goodies. Milk, pastries.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, we have a lot of. Let me see if I'm probably missing 22 people, but the village preschool downtown, they drop off things. And so there's a lot of individuals that just drop off. Excuse me.
Each of the churches do have a drop-off point for when the pantry is not open. Pilgrim Church, in their side entry by Town Hall, there is a basket that you can put food in. St. Mark's, in their front entryway in their parish hall, has a basket for food. St. Anne's, in their side entry of their fellowship hall, also has a place for food to be dropped.
So all of the churches you mentioned have a drop-off.
Right.
Yes, we do.
And when are you specifically opened for drop-offs?
We're open on Tuesday night from 7 to 8.
Okay.
And on Friday mornings from 10 to 11.
So Tuesdays.
But we're usually there earlier and a little bit
Yeah.
later.
So evenings on Tuesday 7 to 8 and
Friday morning from 10 to 11.
from 10 to 11. So if somebody wanted to go directly to you to drop off, that would be the appropriate time to do it.
Right.
And go ahead, sorry.
A lot of times now we have found we have some of the children in town are doing birthday parties they don't want presents for. And they'll bring in the donations for the food pantry.
So I think it's great to be talking to you guys because it's easy to be in Southborough and forget that there are people in our town that are in need and need help. Do you have like any statistics or anything that you can give us?
I don't have all of them because I didn't figure them all out, but about 32% are over 65.
Okay.
And a lot of them just trying to make ends meet, just Social Security doesn't give you that much, so so we help them,
And we have several that are out of work.
Yeah.
And one homeless person we've been helping.
Wow. And how long have you ladies been affiliated with the food pantry?
I think, let's see, since 1996, I think 23 years for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I started with them in about 2000.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Looking for somebody to take over.
What a great service you all are providing. So it sounds like the people that are in need can come right to you to pick up food, but you're also doing other services for them. So it's a little more far-reaching even than just the food.
It is.
Much more so.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
That's great. That's great to know.
It's, and they're so grateful. I can't tell, we've had people cry, it's just amazing. Then I just want to mention the volunteers. The volunteers are fantastic. We have some kids that come in on Tuesday night that show up almost all the time and stock and check the dates and reconfigure things, and I love them. They're just wonderful. But all the volunteers that come in weekly, and there are 4 coordinators. Well, we're 5, but one is kind of retired now. So, but I can't tell you how many volunteers we have. We have a ton of them, and they're all amazing.
That's wonderful.
They all chip in.
We cover approximately 70 families, and of that we probably up to about 135, 140 individual people that we helped serve during the week.
That's a lot. That's wonderful.
So it's not as if, well, I gave you a whole bunch of cereal last month that should hold you. It might hold us 1 week.
Really?
That is why we do have to keep asking. For instance, the schools each month, Pat Draper is in charge of that as coordinator for St. Anne's, and she presents each school with a specific list of items that we do need, and that's what the schools bring in.
That's wonderful.
We will have to repeat that every month. There are items that are always needed because we just can't have the quantity for them.
So there really is a need. That's good to know. My kids are in the Southborough schools, so we know that monthly we get the notice of what's, and that's wonderful.
And then
and
we
we're
have
happy
the
to do that.
shoppers,
Yeah.
Yeah, in which they spend a lot, picking up things, like we run out of meat. We use the Worcester County Food Bank for a lot of things, but we have to go out and buy. It's a couple $100 a week that we spend, minimum.
Okay.
This year we have been very lucky to have gotten some large donations, which we have not had before.
Wow.
Which, rather than having to ask as much churches for bringing items in, we've been able to go out and be able to get them
the
for
items.
the client.
So that was going to be my next question. Besides food donations, do you accept monetary donations?
Monetary donations, and as she said, gift cards for gas stations, gift cards for Walgreens that could be used if they have
Okay, that's great
prescriptions.
to know.
Gift cards for Target because they get anything there, food, clothes,
Okay.
medicine, everything is there.
So so you really are more far-reaching than just the food alone. Those are all
absolutely.
good things to know.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
wonderful. Tell us about the food drive, the Boy Scout food drive. Do you remember the date on that and what the process is?
It's November 9th.
Okay.
On November 2nd, everybody in town will receive a flyer on the handle of their front door.
Okay.
We will not be giving out plastic bags this year.
Okay.
And because usually people found those were too small anyways and would use their own paper bags or boxes. So they'll receive the flyer from the troops on November 2nd. And then on November 9th, if they could put their groceries, whatever they want to donate, by their mailbox by 9 a.m.
Okay.
The scouts will be picking it up
Okay.
tomorrow morning to bring
Okay.
in.
Okay. So November 9th, they make it so easy for you. Make sure your food's out in bags by your mailbox by 9 a.m. and it will be picked up and got to where it needs to be. That's
And the
wonderful.
publicity that the scouts are putting out will contain sample lists of items that we do need.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, that's good to know too, because you don't need you know specifically what the needs are.
Right.
Do you take perishable things ever? Like, what about around the holidays? Do you accept turkeys?
No.
No.
We
Okay.
don't have the room for anything big like that.
Okay.
Yeah, we always get a couple donated.
Okay.
But we don't want.
But you'd rather not.
No, we
Okay.
just don't have the room. We only have one freezer
Yeah,
and one
that makes sense.
refrigerator, you know, so, and we
Okay.
don't have room for another one, so,
Sure. Maybe that's where big gift cards come in handy, because you can
we
get
give
the
them out,
things.
yeah, we give them out.
Yeah,
at the
and they can
holidays.
use them as
Yeah.
needed. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. What a
Yeah.
wonderful service. And then just tell us, we're going to put the links below the video, but you are all on Facebook?
We're on Facebook, and we also have SouthboroughFoodPantry.org on website, our own website. That
Okay.
will give you a lot more information,
Right, so
as well as donations needed.
wonderful. So if you're interested in more information or how you can help, or you're interested in knowing exactly what they're in need of in a particular month or any given week, then you can go to the website specifically.
Yes.
And you can also follow them on Facebook. Thank you so much for coming.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yeah, it was
Thank you
great.
for taking an interest in this.
Very informative.
Yeah.
Have a great day, everybody.